Hey guys, we're back with another 2 perspectives, and this one's going to be on how to handle inclement weather.
With winter among us, there's wet, nasty, cold weather everywhere. So we wanted to give you our pointers on what gives us the best scores when we're dealing with crappy conditions.
So when it's rainy, when it's crappy, I really like to focus on slowing down and just focusing on having a good plant and following through. No matter what, you might slip sometimes, but that's just a part of the golf and everybody's gonna be dealing with that. The next thing is keeping your hand dry, your golf hand. Your off-throwing hand can get wet, it can be used to pick up discs. So my advice is, whenever you're picking up a disc, if that disc is wet, use your offhand. Last thing, I really like to keep, especially in those rain rounds, I keep a towel in my pocket, smaller towel so I don't feel it, and a whale sack. So in my rounds, I'm constantly feeling that sack and using my towel to make sure that my hand stays dry and that I can rely on that grip no matter what. So if I have the disc, it's dry, no matter what, my hand feels good and I can count on that release. When it's nasty outside, there's no such thing as being over-prepared. Bring extra towels, bring extra socks, bring anything you think you might need and make sure you have it. So if you have to take some discs out or you have to rearrange some stuff, make sure you can find a way to make it fit. So make sure you have a rain fly, an umbrella, extra towels, whale sacks. I keep multiple whale sacks, especially for those wet rain rounds. And I have a system that I figured out this past year that has really helped me keep my discs dry, especially when it's raining. So making sure everything stays in. Now, with the combination of a chamois and a towel, this really helps keep my disc dry. So the chamois is a microfiber material that is, made to help absorb moisture. So I use this to immediately take the water off the disc, and then that gets all the big droplets off, and then this to clean it up to get it super dry. Keeping everything in here nicely just on top of the disc, zipping everything up is great. Now, the last thing I really like to do is if I'm about to go step up to putt or throw, and I know that it's coming down pretty hard, I'll make sure to get my grip underneath the umbrella here. So I know it feels good, and I'll even tuck it under my shirt before I go and throw. So I know that I have that same grip, the disc hasn't gotten any wet, and I know I can be confident when I'm stepping on the tee or up in the, or on the green.
All right, so I spent a lot of time in Portland, Oregon, and I learned a lot about rain golf. And I'm sure you all know that keeping your hand dry is the most important part, but doing that is a whole nother challenge. So same as Eric, I use a whale sack. Find some kind of absorbent material or bag that can get that moisture off your hand. It's really important. Grip is everything in a rain round like that. And honestly, you're not trying to be aggressive, you're just trying to hang on to your disc. I've been in plenty of those rain rounds that are just downpouring, and all you have to do is hang on to your disc to be able to play well. So that's really important. I also use a combination of a whale sack and multiple towels. If I know it's gonna rain a lot, I will even bring a plastic bag to put my wet towels into to keep my wet and dry towels separate. I've brought 9 towels to a rain round with me. Similar to what Eric said, be prepared. That's the most important part of disc golf in general when you're going into a tournament round. You don't want to be halfway through and realize you forgot your water, or if it does start raining, that you don't have any towels. So just make sure that you prepare and over-prepare before you start your round. Something else that I do, I'll switch from a Lucid or Fusion plastic to more of a classic blend. Something that has some grip, even some prime plastic. Anything that has a little more grip to your hand. It feels more like an eraser than some of the more slippery plastic. So that's a little bit of my advice, and then the most important part for me, because I have little hands that don't stay warm, I bring hand warmers, especially in rain rounds, because if they stay warm, they usually stay dry. So that helps me a lot. Something else that I focus on, not just being prepared or having the right items with you, but I do change a little bit about how I throw. I focus more on control and less on power, which might mean that I change my discs even. I might throw some more understable plastic because I know I'm not putting as much power on it. But I also really focus on my feet, and if I can throw a standstill and still get there, I will usually do that instead of doing a full run up. If it's slippery ground and you're gonna hurt yourself or risk shanking a shot because your footing wasn't solid, I will often throw more standstills because I can rely that my feet are gonna be in the right place and I'm not gonna slip. I even find myself just thinking too much about what the ground is like and sacrificing strokes just that way because I'm thinking about it too much. That might help you, so just give that a try.
I mentioned earlier having extra pair of socks. So that's good, but talking whenever it gets cold, layering up, bringing extra layers so you don't want to get too cold to where you never warm up. Take it from Tina, who's a little freeze baby.
I am.
So she definitely layers up. So what do you like to keep with you?
I do bring hand warmers, like I said, but then also, like even now, I have a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and then I will bring a raincoat because it'll help block the wind a little bit more. But I don't usually throw with that on, and I've just gotten used to putting it on to keep me warm and dry, and then I'll take it off before I throw. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I personally don't like to be really restricted when I'm throwing. That'll cost me strokes too, so bring it, but you don't necessarily have to wear it the whole round either.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes that might be inconvenient for you, having to carry extra stuff around, so find what works best for you. Layer up, be prepared.
And honestly, something that really helped with those things for me, I got a cart, and then I can bring everything I want. I absolutely bring my cart for those muddy rounds. That way I don't have to skimp on towels or jackets. I just bring everything I need, and it doesn't really hurt my back just carrying more stuff, so.
Be prepared.
Yeah. Some of that may seem like common sense, but we just wanted to give you our ideas and what has worked for us in those crazy, rainy, nasty weather rounds.
Mm-hmm. Be prepared, as always, and make sure to slow down, take your time, keep that hand dry. Use a sack. Whale Sacs for life.
I guess so. Thanks for watching, guys. Go follow us on YouTube and check out our Facebook page, WhalePants, and we'll catch you later.
Check us out on Patreon as well. It's a good way to support us while we're on the road. And as always, be dynamic.